I remember when the Russians came, there was virtually no resistance and no fighting in our town except some kind of skirmishes. And the Jewish people, many Jews immediately became identified with the new regime. They were wearing armbands and were now the official administration of the city. There was a truck of soldiers which stopped at the crossroads, actually the street which was turning from where my grandfather and aunt and uncle lived and other relatives toward our street, and they were distributing candy to children. It was a rainy day, it rained and the rain just stopped, and I was not allowed to go and get the candies because during the skirmish I was out of the house. I was playing in across the street on a ground which was being where there was construction taking place for a city high school, and I was really playing among the material which was lying on the ground, and I was caught up in the crossfire. And I was there with a friend of mine from across the street, and we were petrified. So we lied down and we waited for the shooting to stop. And then my mother was frantic when we got in the house, and I was punished. I was not allowed to go out to get the candy, but after a while I was allowed to do that too. And interestingly enough, the soldiers who distributed the candy were Jewish Russian soldiers who were moving along with the front. So that was a kind of a happy event, because the Jewish people felt that those who were coming were Jews themselves. It was nice to see Jewish soldiers identify with Jewish people.
So no one really knew what was coming.
And that was in '49 when the Russians occupied our part.
Oh.
When the Germans occupied our city, was a different story altogether. First of all, the Jewish people were very apprehensive, and we had to run away from the city, from our city, and hide on a farm during the fighting, because there was more shooting and more military traffic right by our house taking place as the Russian armies were retreating. And there was a lot of apprehension in general.